Thank you very much for having me. We're going to talk a little bit about the new product, which is called For Relief. It's based on technology that we've developed for over 20 years and both clinical and basic science research. We've innovated a whole process of how to get the cells for the clinical treatments of autologous cells, means taking it from your own body and giving it back for different applications, cosmetic or healing. And we saw the amazing potential that stem cells had. And I wanted to know what's going on and why does it do that? And we took the stem cells into the lab and we really studied them and figured out how to get the cells to make products that don't contain the cells, but they contain the factors, they contain the polypeptides that really drive the communication between the cells and cause the effect on the skin that we want. One of the amazing things that we found was that we could figure out how to make these cells secrete and make for us specific types of factors for what we want. So we made luminase for the face. Then we made RVL, which HPT6 for the hair. And now we have an anti-inflammatory product for relief for pain and itch. And that's really what I'm going to talk about to you. Today, we have a whole slew of products on the market for pain relief. Unfortunately, the history of pain products goes back a long time. And people have done bloodletting. They've done all sorts of things in the past. They used to use heroin or cocaine as drugs for pain before. Today, those things are not being used so much. The global statistics for pain is staggering. I mean, everybody suffers from pain basically at one time or another in their life. United States leads that in terms of the dollars amount spent per year for pain care, and the world is growing and the global community is becoming unified, and a lot of pain products are being sold, but very few topical products are effective. And unfortunately, that's why there's such a big need for pain medications, and they keep taking pain medications. And there's, in the United States, almost half the doctor's visits is because of pain. So here's a little bit of background about the product. This is how it looks like, and it comes in these little vials that are easy to use, and we're going to go through that. So this is a really true breakthrough technology, just like Luminase, which with APT revolutionized skincare, and to this day nobody has anything close to that. The same thing is true with For Relief. This is a breakthrough technology. There is nothing in the world that does anything close to this. It's a really different way of thinking about how to approach pain, and we'll go into the details of it. So the things that these are slides made by Janess. I'm just sharing it with you. So some of the things may be repetitive, but I think it's good to see it more than one time. So is formulated by a doctor, me, and then it is really fast acting. This was one of the things that we saw that was very important to us, that we would get a very quick response from this, even though we're putting it topically. So the active ingredients are the plant-based technology that we talked about, plus the ashwagandha root and the black pepper are extracted in our facility in a special way that also adds the benefits to our plant-based products that we're going to talk about. So what we did was very heavy bottles with them wherever they go. And, you know, you're out with your kids, or you're traveling, or you're just going somewhere and you stub your toe, or you get a mosquito bite, or you get a headache, or you get muscle, small vials that are very light and easy to use. It doesn't weigh a lot, and it's also easy to share, and it doesn't give you a numbing sensation, and it's not greasy. So those are the important things because we want to make this for sports people. So the in the sports world, this is a big problem, because anybody who wants to do any sports, they can't get numb because they can get injured if they can't feel what they're doing. and they can't have it greasy, because now if they're trying to do ballet, or if they're trying to run, or if they're trying to do any sort of sports that they have to touch something and is greasy, it's really not something that they can do in a safe manner. So we made a product that they can actually use before they go on and after they go on their sports competition. So, and it will help them without having to worry about affecting their feeling, sensation, being greasy, or being something that they can't use because of opioid. So there's no opioids in here, so it makes it a lot easier for them to do it. The product is plant-based, so it's silicone-free, sulfate-free. It's not tested on animals. It doesn't have parabens or phthalates, and it's really advanced with the stem cell technology. So we talked about the product starting, we looked at human cells, what they do, but we found that we can do the same thing with plant cells. And the plant cells produce these factors, and the factors affect the human cells. So what we do, we get those factors tested on the human cells. If we get the response, we know we have the set of factors that we want. So we have the HPT 200 for the serum, HPT 6 for the hair. And then we have, in the new technology that we have, we also have exosomes and liposomes. And exosomes are basically packages, these peptides that are being secreted by the cells. So there, you can have it either the peptides in solution that's just being secreted out, sent out of the cell, and the liposomes are basically cells that are within the fat cells. So it creates a little fatty package around it. And that actually helps for the penetration. So the technology that we have here, the stem cell technology, is called Tulsi cell. We took Tulsi cells and we really got the exosomes and liposomes. That's why the XO comes over there. These are packaged, and the factors are really, really concentrated anti-inflammatory factors. So anytime you have pain or itching or rash, the thing that causes that itching or redness or swelling or discomfort is really the inflammatory component. So if you can reduce the inflammatory component and you can address it, it'll be good. The problem with most of the other drugs is that they only address one part of it, or they address at a different time frame than is needed for it to be effective. Here, because we're taking the whole package as the cells produce it is in its natural form, it has the ability to be mimetic, to be something that will work with your body to help the function and the inflammatory process to get better much faster. And if I'm too scientific or too little scientific, I don't know how many people are doctors. I said some of you are doctors, so I'm trying to balance between the two things so that everybody can benefit from this information. The ashwagandha is known for being antioxidant, is known for being a very good herb in the Ayurvedic world. It's been used for a long time. But the way we get the extract is really for the anti-inflammatory components. And black pepper works on the nerve endings, actually, to help to soothe the nerve endings and calm the sensation of pain. And the way we extract it also has a very quick way of penetrating and affecting the nerve endings so you can get the relief. So this works on a whole new concept has come about because of inflammation. It's called inflammaging. This inflammaging is the concept that inflammation breaks down tissues and causes you to age faster. You're going to age prematurely. So the less inflammation in the body, the better you'll have. And if you want to have an optimal life, which is the whole idea of the YES system, of the youth enhancement system, is to make sure that we give you a healthier life, to optimize your life, to live longer and better and healthier. Well, you cannot do it when you have inflammation. So we have a lot of anti-inflammatory things that you take orally, like the resveratrol in reserve. But if you do the topical inflammation, you'll prevent a lot of the damage in the skin. You'll prevent a lot of the damage in the muscles and in the joints. And that's really why this was missing in the YES system. And it fills a very important role, and it fills that gap that was missing there. So let's talk about topical pain relief that is available today. There's either opioids, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, salicylates, which are basically like aspirins, capsaicin, which is another pepper, and basically numbing agents and anesthetics like lidocaine. And we talked about the anesthetics having numbing effects, and all the other ones, they don't really work so well. When you put it on, they don't have very immediate effect. The other thing is that because they are drugs and they get absorbed, they have dose limitations. So you can only use it every so often. You can only use so much of it. So if you have a back pain and you need a lot of this, sort of measure how much you're putting on, because if you're putting a lot of opioid or if you're putting a lot of numbing cream, you can actually have really bad side effects from it, and it limits the dose you can use. So it can also limit the effectiveness of it. The other thing that can happen, especially with opioids, is that you build tolerance. So it may work great in the beginning, but as you're using it, your body sort of gets used to it and it doesn't respond as well. And you need more and more of this to get the same effect. But the problem is you have a dose limit. So if you go beyond the dose limit, you may get some side effects, which we talked about. So the product for relief, it doesn't have tolerance and it doesn't have really a dose limit. You can use as much as you need. Some of the things that we already talked about is the numbing sensation. Most of these things are greasy or they smell. There's, most people have this hot or cold sensation that comes from it that is also very smelly. These are not things that most people can use on a day-to-day basis or wherever they are. So unlike the other products, the For Relief, you can use it anywhere, anytime, and it gives you relief right away. One of the other things that we want to do is, besides the delivery system that we have in the liposomes and exosomes, we actually added MSM to it, and MSM will help open up the cells and allow better penetration of the product, so you get much faster relief than you would otherwise. When I was thinking about how to make this product and how to package it, we talked to a lot of the leaders in Jeunesse, and they said they want something that can be used by everybody, so children to the older, people. So everybody can use this. They want something that is easily explained. Well, you just say you have pain, put this on, the pain goes away. They wanted something that was easy to share. So you can carry these things with you and you can easily share it with other people and demonstrate it to them. And because of the fact that it's packaged the way it is, it's also much more affordable for everyone to be able to buy it, use it, and share it. Let's talk about what the directions are. You want to put it on clean skin. So if you get a scrape or something like that, just wash it and you can put it on. If it's just a mosquito bite or if it's a muscle cramp, you can just put it on, massage it in a little bit to get it fully absorbed. You can use it as you need it. The one thing I do want to make sure you understand is that you don't want to combine this with other products, the topical products, because most of those things have irritants in them. So if you were to put that with our product is going to drive everything in. And if you drive those things in with it, you're going to get a rash and you're not going to like it so much, because you'll end up getting redness and the skin irritation, not from our product, but from the things that were in the other product. You can take the oral medicine if you want, but the topical ones, please don't use them together. You can put it on any part of your skin and just don't put it in your eyes. And then you can use it for children 2 years and older. If you're pregnant, please ask your doctor if it's okay to use it. One of the most important things I want to tell you about the way to use the actual blister pack that we have here, the white blister pack, is that you don't want to twist the top. You want to just snap it, it opens and it doesn't break off. So we don't have to worry about pieces of things being on the floor or making a mess. And you can close it a little bit. It doesn't seal, but you can keep it and use it. If you don't use all of it in one time, you can use it later on throughout the day or whenever you need it. Please You have my email here. Email me with your stories, with your experience with the products. I would love to hear from you. It gives me the passion to keep making new products and learning from you how to make things better and to improve people's lives. I appreciate your time. Thank you.